From the crossroads of entertainment and culture to the stories that move the streets and shake the box office. This is Blues Nightly News, the world of movies, music, comics, and culture, the way it really is.
I ain't even got my mic ready. Check 1 2. What up? What up? What up? What's good? Six already in the bill. Six be waiting on me, man. Salute the six, man. Salute the six. What up? What up? Six say, yeah, this about to be fun. Now it's gonna be a good one, man. It should be a good one. Should be a good one. But nothing too major. Nothing too major. I know you probably think I'm about to go ham on Wonder Man. I ain't gonna go too ham on Wonder Man. You know what I'm saying? But nah, it should be a good one. Should be a great one. Do some stuff real quick if y'all give me 1 second. 1 second, good people. How y'all doing? Q in the building. What up, Q? Q was in the building. What's going on? Bear with me, bear with me. How everybody doing around this joint? Come on now. How everybody doing around this joint? This thing tripping, bro. Really? All right. Whatever. What's good, man? What up? What up? What up? What up? What up? Like I said, this thing tripping, man. What's good though? What's good? What's good? Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back. Welcome back to another episode of Blues News, man. I'm your host, Bluminati, and we are live. Big Blue, OG Blue in the building. We got a show for y'all, man. Got a show for y'all tonight. Kind of packed. It's currently being um um. Man, this thing acting crazy. But no, we got a good show for y'all, man. And it seems like we will not be getting bought out by Paramount. So y'all bear with me. You know what I'm saying? Y'all bear with me. We good. The hostile takeover has been thwarted for right now. But nah, seriously though, we got this corporate drama going on. Make Succession look like Sesame Street. You know what I'm saying? We got leaks. We got Knights, Sir Ben Kingsley in the house. You know what I'm saying? And we're gonna get into these headlines. So without further ado, like I said, man, I ain't wasting no time tonight. Don't waste no time tonight. Without further ado, let's get into this WB situation, man. The update on the WB. You know what I'm talking about? Update on WB, the WB, the WB. Um, the biggest story, because it is kind of like, and I know every we looked at, we seeing the Spider-Man leaks, we seeing the Marvel leaks and all this thing, but in all actuality, the still the biggest story in Hollywood right now is the love triangle between Warner Brothers, um, Paramount, and Netflix, right? That's what the real uh thing and everything was going on in Hollywood, man. And it turns out Warner Brothers they playing hard to get. They playing hard to get, man. Now, according to reports, Warner Brothers is officially rejecting the hostile bid from Paramount, which is offering the staggering, and I'm talking about the staggering $108 billion, man. Because apparently Warner Brothers has their eyes on a cuter, younger suitor, a young thing, pretty young tender named Netflix, right? The Warner Brothers board is leaning towards a deal with Netflix because they offer a greater value and certainty. You know what I'm saying? Certainty. I don't know. I don't because have they seen Netflix cancellation policy? You know what I mean? But nah, man. Now Netflix will now own Batman. You know what I'm saying? And things of that nature. Let's bring in the you know how I do. Got to bring these articles in. This one is coming from Screen Rants. Coming from Screen Rant. Boom, boom, boom. Says Warner Brothers will reject the Paramount bid for Netflix deal as WBD raises concerns over financing. Say Warner Brothers Discovery is reportedly making its mind up when it comes to the counter bid from Paramount. After Netflix made it official, they are looking to buy Warner Brothers for $82 billion. Paramount came up with a hostile offer of $108.4 billion. But it turns out that the major offer will not be enough. You know? In a new report from Bloomberg, Warner Brothers Discovery is seemingly planning to reject the bid from Paramount based on concerns for funding and terms, according to sources familiar with the matter. Revealed to the outlet that the board had done a review of the Paramount bid and is still leaning towards the Netflix offer. What is this? Warner use of appropriate words. Others. This is my first time seeing this right here. I've never seen this. Never seen that. That's crazy. Y'all over here? Y'all using offensive language, inappropriate, and inappropriate words? Who doing that? That's wild. That is wild. Thanks for subscribing, Miss Risa Louise. Let me give you something for the sub real quick. Let me give you something for the sub. Appreciate it. Got to keep this family growing, man. Got to keep it growing.
Everybody lay down, behave. Now give up the cash, don't make us happy. Everybody lay down, behave. This is a hold up, your hand should go up.
Appreciate the sub, man. According to sources familiar with the matter, revealed to the outlet that the board had done a review of the Paramount bid and is still leaning towards the Netflix offer. They said, we see y'all stuff, man. We see what y'all got going on. But shorty over here, we like her, cuz. Like, we gonna rock with her. The Warner Brothers board reportedly sees Netflix offering a greater value, certainty in terms that what Paramount has proposed per Bloomberg as a response to Paramount's offer could be filed as soon as this Wednesday. At the time of this story's publication, Warner Brothers Discovery has not commented on Bloomberg's report. The Warner Brothers Netflix merger has sparked strong reactions across the entire industry, but many members of Hollywood heavily against it, blah, blah, blah. The Bloomberg report did stress, however, that no final decision has been made, with the situation remains fluid per the sources. Additional concerns on Warner Brothers' part consisted of reactions to the proposal for financing by Paramount's David Ellison, as well as his company's potential issues with conducting business for the year or more it would take for a sale to win regulatory approval. According to sources, Paramount wasn't offering enough flexibility to run its business or manage its balance sheet. And that's what I've been saying too. That's because it's like Paramount, y'all just bought Skydance just bought Paramount, you know what I'm saying, whatever company it is. Y'all going after another major acquisition. We ain't even the books. You know what I'm saying? You ain't even had this for you. If I'm on the board, if I'm on the Paramount board, I'm like, nah, this ain't about to go through. And if I'm Warner Brothers, I'm also like, hold on, man, you not about to run this business into the ground because you trying to, you know what I'm saying, do something that you can't handle for the most part. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't think that they can handle two big acquisitions like that. That's a lot of money. I forgot how much they just spent on the Paramount deal. Now they want to spend 108. And I know it seemed like David Ellison got unlimited funds, but this is also coming out of the actual business's coffers. So nah, I wouldn't be down with that. So on the other hand, Paramount's $30 a share offer may not be the best and final, so the studio may raise the bid. Netflix co-CEO Ted Sarandos told Variety on December 15, it's a very successful company with an incredible legacy of film. We didn't buy the company to harm any of the value that currently exists. going to continue to operate Warner Brothers studios independently and release the movies traditionally in cinemas. So yeah, that's kind of the same old deal. I don't foresee um Paramount's deal going through 108 bill. I know it's 108 bill. Sounds good, but at the end of the day, is the business straight? You know what I'm saying? Just because you got the money don't mean that the business is straight on that end that needs to be straight on. So, I guess it is what it is, man. I just nah. I just can't rock with it. You know what I'm saying? I just can't rock with it. So Paramount, they try to come in hot with a hostile bid. WB, they don't like it. They don't like how the book's looking. They don't like how the book's looking. It's a little shaky, and it's like when your friend offers to buy you dinner, but his card is gonna get declined at Taco Bell or wherever. You know what I'm saying? You just politely say, "Nah, I'm gonna go with the guy who got the money. I'm gonna go with them." You know. But if this deal does go through, Netflix would own the DC universe, Justice League, all of that, Superman, all of that. So I'm down, man. I'm down. I'm down. I'm down. I am down. Let me see what y'all talking about. Miko 5 Channel says they can borrow the 108. Yeah, but it don't work like that. Like the way you can't just go and borrow 108 from like Larry Ellison, who is David Ellison's father. You can't just go and say, "Hey, let me get 108 billion." It's got to be, the money has to be laundered correctly. I say that. You know what I'm saying? It's got to be laundered correctly. And it's also got to go through. It's got to go through Paramount's board. If the board of Paramount, if Paramount's board does not, you know what I'm saying, want to buy or doesn't feel that this is a good acquisition, then it won't happen. Because yeah, David Ellison, he might be the majority owner of Paramount, but there's still a board, and that board is there's still the board, and then it's also the shareholders. The shareholders are really the boss here. You know what I'm saying? When you have a public company, you're never really the owner of the company. It's really whoever has the most shares. You know what I'm saying? Because that's where your money is made at. So it is what it is, though. Like Six say, man, all money ain't good money. All good money ain't good money. So Netflix will buy Sony next. They do business with them already, like they have been. I don't think. I think Sony playing the background. I don't think they want to be sold, man. I think they're gonna stay strictly doing what they do right now, and kind of be like a war dog. You know what I'm saying? Like just I'm gonna supply the weapons for y'all. Y'all want to fight it out, y'all can fight it out. But I'm gonna give, hey, Netflix, you want a movie? I got you. Hey, Warner Brothers, you want a movie? I got you. Disney, shit, if you want a movie, I got you. I think that's what Sony would rather do, just supply instead of being bought and brought into this war. You know what I'm saying? Jay said, I don't believe the shareholders are the boss, especially with this on boards. Hell, look at school board. No, so that's school board and this type of board, totally different. Totally different. So like I got a couple of shares in a lot of these, like Warner Brothers, Disney, and stuff like that. I get on these investor calls. I'm just an investor. I guess you could say I'm a shareholder, but I don't hold enough to really make a dent. I can do votes and things of that nature, but that's so push come to shove. If the shareholders, because that's how they got Chapek out of here. That's how Disney relieved Chapek of his duties. It was the shareholders that did that. You know what I'm saying? The shareholders talked to the board. The board said, all right, dog, you done. So it's kind of like a chain of command thing. You're never really the boss. You operate. You're like the CEO. So you're operating, right? You're operating things, but you're not the boss. You know what I'm saying? So that's how it is. Says I meant people are power hungry from school board to corporate board. I mean, true. But like I said, for Ellison to do what he wants to do, it's gonna be a drastic, huge hurdle. That's all I'm saying. It just be a big hurdle. Just be a big hurdle. That borrowing money knowing you got to pay it back, the fiduciary responsibility that you have to the board and to the shareholders, all of that stuff comes up. All of that stuff comes up. But yeah, man, y'all let me know what y'all think about this. I mean, it wasn't nothing really major. I just wanted to touch on this a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Because Warner Brothers is basically saying, "Hey, look, nah, bro, nope, we good. We like what we got with Netflix. Netflix seems to be the best thing, and we're gonna rock with them. We're gonna rock with them." So yeah, man, let's keep this thing moving and grooving. Wonder Man, Wonder Man, Wonder Man, Wonder Man, Wonder Man. Y'all already know how I feel about Wonder Man. Um, you know, I'm really at a loss for words. I'm really surprised that they even are really dropping this because it ain't really been a lot of promotion, and the promotion that they have been, the marketing and the promotion for this movie, or I'm sorry, not movie, for this television show has been like in the nooks and crannies. It ain't been like up in your face. You know what I mean? It really ain't been up in your face. They say I need that Supergirl energy. No, look, man, I'm gonna watch it because I like Yaya. I think Yaya is a dope actor, so I'm gonna watch it. But I do think they giving it's the short end of the stick on this. You know what I'm saying? It's the short end of the stick, man. Um, but yeah, we finally got our first kind of. It's an interview from Ben Kingsley. You know what I'm saying? But we I guess you could. We got one dude returning. You know what I'm saying? Trevor Slattery, the GOAT. If you want to say Trevor Slattery, Ben Kingsley is playing him. But the way Ben Kingsley is kind of making like this ain't just a superhero show, it's art. And Ben he gave us in this interview, because we're gonna go through the interview. He basically called the show a biopic of Trevor, like you know what I'm saying, like this is my show. You know what I'm saying? So it's crazy, especially this. If this is about, if this turns out to be more about Trevor Slattery than Simon Williams, aka Wonder Man, if this turns out to be more about the guy who was the fake Mandarin and was, you know what I'm saying, all drugged up in Iron Man 3, is that, I don't know, man. I don't know. Before we, you know what I'm saying, we're gonna get into this article. We're gonna get into it. Kingsley said that the show follows Trevor and Simon, played by Yaya, as the two struggling actors in Hollywood. He said it explores, quote, everything that's beautiful and also everything that's vulnerable and rather unhealthy. So I don't know if this article is gonna make me a little bit more intrigued than I previously been or whatever, but let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's get into this article. Make this bigger. Says Ben Kingsley reveals Wonder Man follows Trevor Slattery before and after he became the Mandarin. This is an exclusive from Entertainment Weekly. Kingsley says Marvel's new series is like a biopic of Trevor, as well as a two-hander with Yahya Abdul-Mateen's character Simon Williams. Trevor Slattery is already ready for his big comeback. The struggling actor who pretended to be Mandarin in Iron Man 3 returns for Marvel's upcoming Disney Plus series Wonder Man. And Entertainment Weekly has the exclusive sneak peek at the show that Kingsley calls a journey of two guys in Hollywood that's really entertaining. We look at the casting process, we look at the auditioning process, we look at the directing process, the writing process, Kingsley says, of the Los Angeles set series. We look at the ego traps, we look at the seductive side of fame, we look at everything that's beautiful and good, and also everything that's vulnerable and rather unhealthy, but in a very, very entertaining, non-judgmental way. So even with him saying that, makes me feel like this show is gonna be booty. You know what I'm saying? This the way he is explaining that does not make me feel like this is a superhero show. It does not. Does not make me feel like this is a superhero show. Hunter, I see your post, man. I'm gonna come back and address that. But this does not make me feel good about it being a superhero show. Says Wonder Man as the titular character, real name Simon Williams, who, like Trevor, is a struggling actor auditioning for the superhero show within the show. As art imitates life, Simon will eventually get superpowers himself. Every episode is full of surprises. Kingsley says, I don't think it's like anything out there at the moment. The Oscar, Grammy, and Emmy-winning actor reveals that Wonder Man is essentially a two-hander for new character Simon and Trevor, who was last seen as Shang-Chi in The Legend of Ten Rings as the trapped court jester for the true Mandarin. He manages to escape from the real Mandarin and from Shang-Chi land, and he flies back to Hollywood to give his career a second chance and to prove to his dear mother, Dorothy, who always had faith in him and his talents, that he was truly the actor his mom always hoped he would be and that he always inspired to be. Now, let me say this. Let me say this right here. Y'all be getting on James Gunn about goofy ass shit, right? Y'all be getting on Jimmy about some goofy ass shit. Does this not sound like some goofy ass shit? Does it not sound goofy? Let me keep going, though. And as a series of extraordinary events take place, him exactly in that space, which crowns him, that compromises him at the same time. He's pulled in two directions at the same time. While Kingsley is wary of revealing spoilers, he teases that Trevor will be faced with a terrible dilemma. He can reach his ambition, but it's at a terrible cost. He has a choice to make. It's fascinating. Trevor and Simon initially become friends and bond over the life of an aspiring actor. But Kingsley warns of impending trouble for the twosome as Trevor's ambition once again rears its ugly head. Trevor sees in Simon a friend, a colleague, but he also sees Simon as someone who can absolutely exploit for his own ends. It's quite a classic basic human condition story. You're associated with somebody and you have an affinity with that person, but at the same time, you know that you're going to have to exploit that person to get to be where you need to be. Okay. All right. I mean, sounds like it might be some drama involved in that. I guess that's a little cool. See, back when Marvel boss Kevin Feige first pitched Kingsley about playing Trevor in Iron Man 3 as the fake leader of the Ten Rings criminal organization, the actor never imagined it would become his longest running role. But after 12 years featuring his surprise return to Shang-Chi, as well as starring in Marvel short All Hail the King, which picks up after Trevor was thrown in jail, Kingsley says Wonder Man explores the character in more depth than ever before. Is the Mandarin now going to have, or not the Mandarin? I'm sorry. Is Trevor Slattery now going to have more screen time than T'Challa? I just want to throw that out. See, you know what I'm saying? Is this throwaway guy, Trevor Slattery, the throwaway guy, Trevor Slattery, is now being front and center. Not only in Iron Man 3 was he front and center, not only was he front and center in his own little short, what was it called? All Hail the King. He was front and center in Shang-Chi. Now he's going to be front and center in basically his own show, even though it's called Wonder Man. The way Ben Kingsley is revealing to us is, nah, this is my show too. We're co-leads in this. That's what it seems like. That's wild to me. During Shang-Chi, Kevin Feige and director Daniel Craig suggested to me the possibility of Trevor reappearing for the fourth time in the TV series. Kingsley said, we didn't even know the title, and I said I'd be thrilled. I love revisiting Trevor. There's so many layers to him, and this series does see Trevor before he got the role of Mandarin. Oh. And then, of course, after, so it's a real biography. It's a biopic of Trevor in 4 episodes. It's only 4 episodes? So it's a biopic of Trevor before and after he became the Mandarin. And it comes out January 27th. So we are a month and some change away. I don't know how I feel about this, man. I don't know how I feel about this. Dwayne, what up, Dwayne? What's good? What's good? What's good? I really don't know how I feel about this, man. Don't know how I feel about this. Because like I said, he's making it seem like they co-leads. He is making it seem like they co-lead. And ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with that. If y'all gonna be co-leads, y'all gonna be co-leads. But for the people who are showing up, you're already showing up for uh a misplaced character in a misplaced character casting in Wonder Man himself, casting, you know what I'm saying, turning Simon Woods into a black guy with Yahya Abdul-Mateen, who possibly can go out and do something better than Wonder Man. But then you're now taking from Simon Williams, Yahya Abdul-Mateen, and giving a bulk of the story to Trevor and his misdeeds or things of that nature. I don't know if I like that. Then it's only 4 episodes. Uno, dos, tres, cuatro. Only 4. Don't know how I feel about that, man. It seems like with all the black adjacent or black surrounding shows that Marvel has, they just throw them out there. They just throw them out there to the wolves, man, and I don't like that. That's one of the reasons why why I will show up for this, is because I don't like that they just throwing Yahya Abdul-Mateen to the wolves. We already know basically there's no need to watch this show. In the big Marvel and the big MCU Marvel scheme of things, there's no reason to watch this show because of Doomsday and Secret Wars and things of that nature, and then the reset. So there's really no reason to watch this. But I'm gonna show up anyway. Maybe y'all will show up too. I don't know. But I'm gonna show up anyway. Give my guy at least, give him a fighting chance. Chill in the building. Chill, I watched your video, man. Watch your video, man. I started on react to your video. Chill been on. I'm glad Chill is back doing his videos, man, because he been on hiatus. Life be life, and I get that. But yeah, man, I start on react to your video. Because I think you got majority of everything you said right, but there's some things that I want to nitpick on. But I won't do it, man. I will not do it. But that's dope, man. That's dope. Right, for support for the brother, man. That's the only reason why. Because I want Yahya to keep getting work. You know what I'm saying? And the thing about show business is all it takes is for one failure, and that's your whole career. You done. You know what I'm saying? You are done. So I don't want to necessarily contribute to his downfall. I'd rather do this and then have, make him learn from this. Don't go get a role that ain't for you. Right? Because at the end of the day, well, and I'm gonna say this premeditatively. I'm gonna say this prejudging with some prejudice involved. This ain't for you. You showing up as Simon Williams, that white dude that's in this picture right here. That ain't you, brother. That ain't you. And one thing that Chill did say earlier that I most definitely agree with is they will take it away from you. Soon as you jump in that white man's skin, and I hate to say it that way, but as soon as you jump in that white character's life, it can ultimately be reversed in a snap. They'll bring Steve back on you in an instant. So be careful. Be careful, Yahya. Be careful. But for real though, you know what I'm saying? The premise is Trevor Slattery, trying to make a comeback in Hollywood after being in a Chinese prison and a mystical dimension. But hey, if Ezra Miller can keep getting work, then why not Trevor Slattery? You know what I'm saying? He should have a shot too, right? he should be able to get work too. Why not? Marvel, what are y'all doing? Woosah. Chill out. Chill out, Blue. Chill out, Blue. Cause man, now that's my partner, man. That's the homie. That's the homie. That is the homie. So you should have reacted to his video. Adam Warlock was trash and unsuccessful. Look, I don't know what Chill was talking about. Chill, the people that Chill gave the success to, I'm like, what? I don't know what Chill was talking about. Chill was, hey, I think Chill might have tossed one back. I don't know, man. But that's why I asked him. That's why I asked him, what's your criteria? Like, what is your criteria for the pass and fail of success in this? Because I didn't get it. But you know, it's his video. Salute to Chill, man. Salute to Chill. I didn't get it, but yeah, man. And yeah, the critical drinker is like, he ready. You know, he probably got something typed up, ready to go already. Ready to go. And he ain't gonna watch it. He ain't gonna watch it. So is Trevor Wonder Man? Could we get a secret blue? I don't look. That would be dope though. If this was really like a, you know what I'm saying, like a fake out, and Trevor's really Wonder Man, but Yaya ends up being Blue Marvel, that might reinvigorate something. You know what I'm saying? That might reinvigorate some things, but that ain't because we already seen Yaya in the suit and the glasses and stuff. We already saw it, you know. So who knows? Who knows? They say too many spiked ginger. It was something, man. The Air Force Cola, it was something. It was something. Salute to Chill, man. Salute to Chill. Chill is the man. Chill is the man. But y'all let me know what y'all thinking about Wonder Man and Trevor Slattery. Marvel wanted that. My mama used to say, a hard head make a soft ass, right? And as a kid, I didn't necessarily really know that or understood what it meant, but I 1000% know what it means now. Marvel, I'm gonna tell y'all, Marvel. I'm gonna look at me, Marvel. Hard head make a soft ass. This ain't gonna work, brother. This ain't gonna work. I don't know who up there in them offices keep telling you stuff like this is gonna work. It's not gonna work. It's not. It's not. Oh well. Let's keep this thing rocking. Let's get into it. The big topic of today, Spider-Man. The big topic of today, the Spider-Man trailer, leak trailer dropped. Leaked Spider-Man trailer. Melted the internet down today, right? Trailer leaked online for what appears to be Spider-Man 4, which is Spider-Man Brand New Day. Came through. But now we got to put the hats on. Right? The leak features a voiceover that sounds exactly like Tom Holland, saying, "My name is Peter Parker. You don't remember me, but we used to know each other." I think it's real. And I'm not gonna show it, but I do think the trailer is real. I think it's a real trailer. I think it's a real leak. And I think they are leaking these. Sony is smart. Sony, even though I think Sony is going around and I think they call it the leaker. That's what they say. We call it the leaker. But I think Sony is smart when it comes to actual Spider-Man. Their Spider-Man product, not the surrounding stuff of Spider-Man, but Spider-Man itself, or himself, I should say. I think they leaked this on purpose. I think Spider-Man was leaked on purpose. Sony is like Disney or Marvel. Y'all can't get all the, you know what I'm saying, the glory. We got stuff ready to go too with Spider-Man or whatever. So I think they leaked it on purpose. I really do. Because why not? I think it's smart. Let's get the Spider-Man hype train back going. One thing for sure that I do know that's gonna probably be good and make money is Spider-Man. Spider-Man gotta be, as far as comic book properties go, Batman and Spider-Man gotta be fighting it out. I think they fight it out all the time, right? As far as the being profitable, as far as people really paying attention to, um, like just can't miss. They always come through in the clutch for some reason, you know. And if I'm Sony, I'm leaking this too. If I'm Sony, I'm leaking this too. Let's get into the article. The Sony brand new day trailer leaks online. Features Sadie Sink, the Punisher, and more. Says so. Dave confirmed that the trailer is really real. Sony Pictures has begun removing the videos and audio recordings shared on social media, and the hope is that it's an official release is imminent. So the first Avengers Doomsday trailer leaked yesterday. We know that, right? But Spider-Man said, "Hey, hold up, hold my beer. It's my turn, y'all. It's my turn." So as we're sure you're aware, AI generated fakes are everywhere. Yep, we know that. While they're usually pretty easy to spot, this possible first look at the wall crawler's next movie is undeniably convincing, and if it's fake, then now might be a good time to worry about the future. Tom Holland narrates the blurry footage saying, "Hi, my name is Peter Parker. You don't remember me, but we used to know each other. Something bad was going to happen. The only way to stop it was to make everyone forget about me." He adds, uh, because I'm not just Peter Parker, I'm Spider-Man, and sometimes Spider-Man has to do the hard thing, even if it breaks Peter Parker's heart." Um, so this article is going in to say, has AI really gotten all that great, all that good enough to fake us out like that? Later we get Sadie Sink or somebody who sounds like Sadie Sink, warning Spidey to stay out of her way. And yet again, there are none of the usual signs of AI of the Stranger Things star's voice. As far as the trailer itself, it's difficult to make out what's happening. We do see some slow-mo, seemingly unfinished comic book inspired snapshots, recreating the cover of Amazing Fantasy number 15. That's the one where Spider-Man is saving the person swinging. And showing Spider-Man leaping in the battle across the hand. That was also straight out of comic book. I can't remember. I want to say that was an Avengers book. Those do look like AI generated imagery, but when the quality is so poor, it's hard to say. And if y'all saw that video, that quality was nasty. That quality was nasty. Apparently, Boomerang, Matt Gargan in his prison uniform, and Spider-Man waking up inside a web cocoon are among the moments featured in scenes not included in the video below. Again, if this is fake, then this is extremely good fake. What will be telling is whether Sony Pictures started taking these leaks down by issuing copyright warnings, which the article said that they already did. When it comes to a possible official release, now is the right time to start hyping up a big July movie. It is. It's Super Bowl time is coming up. You know, NFL playoff time is time. I think it's time to go ahead and drop a trailer, at least a quick one. It's worth noting that we previously heard chatter about a Superman brand new day teaser playing with the upcoming Anaconda movie, and I think that's coming out next week. I want to say that comes out next week. So, see, they had it up. It's been taken down, as y'all can see. So, some of the people say, "Holy shit, leaked Spider-Man trade." That was Daniel Rickman. Cosmic Marvel said Sony Pictures has begun taking the leaks down. So, yeah. Now, what I want to say about this, like I said, I watched the trailer. I saw it. Seems to be a good, decent trailer. If we want to start, we got to throw the conspiracy theory hats on and start speculating, right? That's what I'm here for. We're here to speculate. So if I'm doing that, Spider-Man says, let's go back to the quotes. He says, "Hi, my name is Peter Parker. You don't remember me, but we used to know each other. Something bad was going to happen, and the only way to stop it was to make everyone forget." Now, if you saw the trailer, it was a letter, and it seemed like he was reading from the letter. And I'm guessing this letter was to MJ, right? So I'm guessing we're getting well, I don't know yet, but I'm guessing we're getting MJ back. From my understanding, I don't know if she even wanted to come back. I heard some things that she did not want to come back, but it should be a letter to her. He also goes on to say, "Because I'm not just Peter Parker. I'm Spider-Man, and sometimes Spider-Man has to do the hard thing, even if it breaks, excuse me, Peter Parker's heart. Now, we don't know the premise yet of this, of what's going on. We don't know the synopsis or anything like that. So it's kind of really hard to speculate with uh these quotes and things of that nature. Well, the first one I could speculate, he probably giving that letter to MJ, right? Or he could be giving it to Ned. Who knows, right? But the second one, because I'm not just Peter Parker, I'm Spider Man, and Spider Man has to do the hard thing if it means breaking Peter Parker's heart. I don't know what that would have to do with, you know what I'm saying? Why would Peter Parker's heart be broke unless he's not telling? I don't know. I don't know. Now the Sadie Sink situation, because I think everybody wants to know who Sadie Sink is playing. Everybody's saying Sadie Sink is playing Jean Grey, right? And at first I was like, why the hell would Jean Grey? Why would they put Jean Grey in a Spider-Man movie? I was more on the lines of Firestar. Maybe we can get the, you know what I'm saying, because now we get actual Spider-Man and friends. Firestar was part of the cartoon back in the day. It was Spider-Man, Iceman, Firestar. You know, for the Spidey and Friends cartoon. I thought maybe she would be playing Firestar. But the more I think about it, is if she is playing Jean Grey, what can Jean Grey do to help Peter Parker out? Help people remember. You know what I'm saying? If anybody would be able to go into somebody's mind and uh help people remember who Peter Parker is, Jean Grey would be one of the people who can do it, especially if she is Phoenix empowered or something of that nature. Um, because I forgot what she said, something about don't get in my way or something. I can't remember. They don't have that quote on here, but in the trailer she said something like don't get in my way, Peter, and all of that. So once she said that, it made me think, would be Mayday Parker. I see some people say or Mayday Parker, and I'm not against that. I'm not against her being Mayday Parker, but it just Jean Grey is now making more sense to me now that I really think about what's going on with Peter. You know what I'm saying? It just makes a little bit more sense that Jean Grey would be able to help with changing the minds of people to get Peter Parker uh, his life back. Because that's the thing. Pete ain't got his life back no more. You know what I'm saying? Pete is out here. He basically a shadow, a ghost in the dark. You know what I'm saying? He don't have Aunt May. He ain't got his friends. So what does Peter have? You know what I'm saying? Then you add in Punisher, the Hulk, and Daredevil. I think he did. Did he meet Daredevil? That was in the cartoon. But him meeting Daredevil, and him and Daredevil are real good friends in the comic books. Like they damn near best friends. Best friends, kind of like him and Johnny Storm are, and him and Iceman are. Um, but yeah, I don't know. Either to me, either one would be right. Firestar, Mayday Parker, Jean Grey. I'm leaning more towards the Jean Grey side of things now due to that. Because that's the only thing that makes sense. I don't know why. Because I don't know why I don't know why Punisher is showing up. I don't know why Hulk is showing up. I don't know why Daredevil is showing up. Like, we don't have no real reasons behind it. We know that Scorpion, um, Boomerang, you know what I'm saying? They're in it. I also want to say that we're getting uh, uh, Tombstone, right? From my understanding, I don't know. I don't know. But Spider-Man and Punisher have worked together. Spider-Man and Hulk, they've worked and fought a lot in the comics. Um, yeah, I know, Jay, that they all, I know they're all in New York, but I'm saying as far as this story goes, superheroes always, oh, I was just passing along, Spidey, and I saw that you was fighting Rhino, so I'm gonna help. I get that, but I'm talking about as far as this contained story. I don't know what would bring Jean Grey to Spider. You know what I'm saying? To Spider-Man. or why will we be getting a Jean Grey before, you know what I'm saying? This version of Jean before we even get Jean Grey in the greater MCU. Because remember, this is Sony MCU. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, they can play with the MCU characters, but to me, it's kind of seemed like they're getting ahead of things if she is Jean Grey. You see what I'm saying? Because mutants is a thing, but it's not a thing yet. They haven't really pushed mutantdom in the MCU yet. So yeah, we have mutants, and yeah, I know they're doing the X-Men thing and Doomsday and all of that. But as far as regular New York City, regular MCU 616 world or wherever we at with this, mutants is not heavily pushed. You know what I'm saying? It's just not. Um, and that's the case with Firestar or with Jean Grey. You know what I'm saying? But I'm leaning more towards Jean Grey. You talking about this Jean Grey? Chill, you a trip, bro. You a trip, man. You a trip. But I'm leaning more towards Jean Grey. Just makes better sense to me. Um, but I want to know what what's her motivation? Like, what is she trying to accomplish here? See, I'm more intrigued by Spider-Man than I am Avengers. This Spider-Man really got me intrigued with the crew that they've put around Spider-Man and things of that nature. If she is Jean Grey, hell, whoever Sadie playing, right? Sadie, for all we know, Sadie could be playing Silver Sable. I doubt it. She don't have the stature for it, but that's another person she could be playing. You know, we keep looking at these at redheads, but they could easily make her Silver Sable. You know what I'm saying? I doubt it. That's on the low end of the spectrum as far as who Sadie Sink is playing, but you know, yeah, I'm more excited for this brand new day than I am for Doomsday. Doomsday I just don't have the excitement for it. Spider-Man, on the other hand, I think it's some intriguing things going on with Spider-Man. Doomsday, nothing over there intrigues me. RDJ don't intrigue me. Steve coming back don't intrigue me. None of that is intriguing. Franklin Richards. Oh, we get the X-Men back. Like I've been done with it. I was done with X-Men what 10, 15 years ago. As far as the Fox X-Men, I've been done with it. I don't think it's been that long since what was the last X-Men movie? What 2017? Not counting New Mutants. I think New Mutants was pandemic. Was 2019, 2020. Um. So yeah, they was already done with it. And then the way that they were so trashed them last two movies, X-Men Apocalypse and Dark Phoenix. Ugh. Dark Phoenix was better than Apocalypse. I will say that. But the only reason why Dark Phoenix uh was better than Apocalypse was because Dark Phoenix knew that they was done. Like Dark Phoenix was like, "Oh, we done. We out of here." You know. Andre West says Marvel leaked all that today. So they leaked who Sadie Sink was playing today? What that's at? Let me see what I said. You say they leaked it already. You mean Sony leaked it, not Marvel. I'm not seeing it. Not seeing it. Okay, so this is what she said in the trailer. So she said, "You're a mess, Spider-Man. Don't get in my way, otherwise it won't just be your friends who don't remember who Peter Parker is. So she knows. That's crazy. So how does she know that don't nobody remember who Peter Parker? I'm gonna have to go back and watch because she said it won't just be your friends who don't remember who Peter Parker is. I thought the spell was for nobody to know who Jean Grey is. Not Jean Grey. Nobody to know who Peter Parker is. I'm gonna have to go back and I gotta go back and rewatch that now because her saying that is wild. Her saying that is wild. Sadie is playing Shatra, even though Josh the nurse says she is Jean Grey. Oh, they better not. They better not. They better not. Nah, don't do that. Don't do that. I ain't seen Shatra in a minute. That's why you like Shatra. I'm like, what? But now I see it. I see them saying that. I don't like that. Tell my what blue. This I don't like. I just don't like. I think I might have to go back to the drawing board now. Shatra was this was with Ezekiel. If y'all know who Ezekiel is, Ezekiel was the guy in Madam Web, the fake Spider-Man in Madam Web, that was Ezekiel, right? So Shatra, if I remember correctly, Shatra is a being, an interdimensional being from like the Loom world. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Cause now they going. I don't want that. I'm gonna just say that. I don't want that. I do not want that. I think if Sony is doing that, then they going the wrong way. They're going the wrong. They're now leading more towards into Madam Web territory, and I don't want them to be in Madam Web territory. I don't want them to be in Madam Web territory. They shouldn't do that. I think the better, because you do that. What purpose does the Punisher, Hulk, and Daredevil play if you're doing that? You know what I'm saying? Like if you're doing that, what? I'd rather it be Jean Grey than Shatra. If Josh from Dinner Nerds is saying Jean Grey, I'm a rock with him on that, but he be too emotional. Sometimes I can't gauge for him because he just be too emotional and stuff. Kevin Davis, what up, Kev? Kev say don't believe the rumors about X-Men reboot at all. MCU too focused on Doomsday and Secret Wars, also making sure Ryan Coogler finished Black Panther series. You saying don't believe the rumors about the X-Men reboot? I think an X-Men reboot is coming, right? I think that's happening. But I think it's down the line. That's what I'm saying. It's down the line. So if this is Jean Grey, if it's not Shatra, if it's not Shatra and it's Jean Grey, I'm wondering why they introducing her so early if they're not done with the Fox X-Men yet. You know what I'm saying? But I don't think we got the Fox X-Men's Jean Grey in Doomsday or whatever. So, which is weird because if we're getting Scott, you got to have Jean. Like, you just got to do that. You got to do that. If you got Scott, you got to have Jean. To me, that just they a pair. You know what I'm saying? They a pair because I think the cartoon started shoehorning Wolverine and Jean. You know what I'm saying? It was more Wolverine was always playing pranks on Jean. It wasn't like I don't know. That's old blue talking. You know what I'm saying? I'm an old guy with the comics talking, but here's what it is, man. I hope it's not Shopper. Hope it's not Shopper. Then the nerds is the a-hole talks about he does, man. Both sides of his neck, man, and you really can't believe. I think Josh, when Josh first started doing this stuff, I think he was more genuine. Now I think it's more for likes and clicks. I think it's more that, you know what I'm saying, likes and clicks than putting out actual good pertinent info. I think it's more likes and clicks now. So, and I think his head might have done got a little too big. You know what I'm saying? Especially once he got acknowledgement from James Gunn. Once James Gunn acknowledged his tweet or whatever, he just been on one, man. So, but is what it is. Salute to him, man. Um, but I would like more from this. I'm gonna read this leaks and rumors about Shatra. When was this put out? Oh, okay. This was from Comic Book Movie. Said Spider-Man Brand New Days lead villain possibly revealed to be Shanta said yesterday lead villain will reportedly be a female shapeshifter. We're not sure what this means for the characters like the Scorpion, Tombstone, Punisher, and the Hope, but we may know who she is. Multiple online scoopers are indicating that Shanta is the movie's big bad, but Stranger Things star Sadie Sink playing the character. Marvel Studios president Kevin Feige is a big fan of J. Michael Straczynski and John Romita Jr.'s Amazing Spider-Man run. He wrote the for Coming Home, while Spidey's budding friendship with Doctor Strange ended up being a big part of Spider-Man's No Way Home. Shanta debuted in 2002's Amazing Spider-Man 46, where she was introduced as the Spider-Wasp Totem, a monstrous insectoid predator of the astral plane who sought to kill Spidey and feed him to her young. The villain took on a human form to cause chaos in the web slinker's personal life. Very nearly revealed his secret identity on national television. Yeah, this ain't this ain't the direction I would go. You know what I'm saying? Said in recent years, we learned that the elder goddess was tasked with designing the celestial map of humanity, the Great Nest. Its creation was overshadowed by her sister Nest's Great Web, and driven to madness, she eventually became a multiversal threat, seeking to bring every Spider hero and web of life and destiny under her control. We've heard the Spider-Man Brand New Day will make mix street level storytelling with a little bit of the multiverse, and this could be the excuse Sony is looking for to bring Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield Spider variants back. I mean, if they using them to bring Toby and Andy back, I guess that'll work. I guess, I guess. I don't know though. I don't know. Jay says, damn, Blue, another YouTuber got that YouTube check as the reason they upload. I'm not understanding what you mean. Damn, Blue, another YouTuber got the YouTube check as the reason they upload. I'm not getting what you mean. Never heard of him or them. I might swing to see what y'all are talking about. Jay, what you talking about with this one though? I'm missing what you're saying with that. Missing what you're saying, what you're going on with that. Dwayne said, yeah, too much going on. It is too much going on. I don't know. I want a dedicated street level Spider-Man story. And I know I'm sounding selfish. I'm being selfish, but I think that we've had Spider-Man started with a dedicated street level with it was him and Vulture. Probably out of the 3 that we got, I think that probably was the best one for me. You know what I'm saying? But then it started going, more whether it was magic or stuff like that, dealing with it just got off the rails a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Just got off the rails a little bit. So I would like for them to bring it back down street level. I would like for a Gangs of New York or gang war storyline situation to come out of this. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, I'm sounding selfish. Gang war. Wilson Fisk, the Kingpin, was in gang war. Tombstone was in gang war. Luke Cage can show up. Like this would add extra caveats, extra layers for a lot of these street level characters that we like, Daredevil, Punisher, to show up. Hell, even the Hulk could be a part of that. To show up and we can actually get some good street level stories. That's the one thing about the Avengers is the Avengers is so big. You know what I'm saying? The Avengers, everything with the Avengers has got to be this astronomical universe destroying threat. And sometimes you just need a good, solid foundational story that Spider-Man could, you know what I'm saying, kick off and do. You know what I'm saying? Everything doesn't have to be multiversal. Multiverse is so played. Leave it alone, man. I am so tired. I'm tired of hearing the word multiverse. Leave it alone. Let Spider-Man just run around swinging his webs, knocking out a couple of people and calling it a day. You know what I'm saying? Just let that happen. Just give us a dope Spidey story. That's it. That's all we really need. You know what I'm saying? Are you talking to Jay? Said nothing. I was just saying the YouTuber you were talking about earlier. You mentioned he is just seeking views. So I said YouTube check more views. Yeah, but I mean, you can. The thing is, and I don't want to. I don't necessarily want to speak. This ain't the platform to me to be speaking about other YouTubers, but you can still get your stuff off and be, you know what I'm saying, be genuine with it and have good intentions. You don't have to uh uh shoe booty around you don't have to grift. And it seemed like Josh is turning into one of those. You know what I mean? Seem like Josh is turning into a grifter, and he don't have to be that. He don't have to be that. If you got the scoops, if you are close to the situation, report it. You know what I'm saying? Report it in the dope manner. Have a good time reporting it, and you can play up to some stuff a little bit. You know what I'm saying? But the way he be doing it, it don't even sound genuine no more. That's the thing about it. It don't sound genuine. Have the Kingpin and Norma Osborn involved connection to a gang war? Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. I think you can pull the gang war storyline. I think can stretch 3 movies. Right? The gang war. See, Sony need to let me come into them Spider-Man offices because I would have had all. They did all that BS with Morbius and Madam Web. What else did they do? Venom. What's the last one? It was actually pretty decent. Craven. Like if they would have let me in them offices, the little Sony Spider-Man Spideyverse thing that they was doing, I would have had it. It would have been dope. 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 Cause it's so easy. And I wouldn't have concentrated necessarily on, yeah, I could have did some villains or some anti-villains because Spidey has a huge rogues gallery, right? So you can do the villains, but the way that they did it, and then you didn't have no connection to Spider-Man whatsoever. That made no sense. None. You could do gang war. They could have did the Clone Saga. If they didn't want to use Tobey Maguire, not Tobey Maguire, I'm sorry. If they didn't want to use Tom Holland, Spider-Man because of Marvel, they could have did the Clone Saga. We could have got Ben Reilly. They could have brought in a better Ezekiel. That could have been a whole phase within itself. You start doing stuff like that, you add Moreland. Hell, now you can bring old girl in. What's her name? Shathra. You can, you know what I'm saying? You can do that every now. That way, I have a Spider-Man over here. Sneak some Miles in here. Some Spider-Woman. Sneak her over here. And since they want to do the different dimensions, not multiverses, but different, dimensions, different spider totems from this dimension, you could have brought in uh uh Haley Stansfield's Gwen Stacy as Spider-Gwen. They wanted to do I think either a TV show or a movie with Silk. But if you're not building up the world and have them interconnect and things like that, you're just doing one-offs, and it's not gonna work, because who the hell is Silk, right? At the end of the day, the general population don't know Silk. But if I do a clone saga, and within that clone saga, I'm telling the story, and I tell the story how Silk was bit by the same spider that bit Peter Parker, but she was experimented on and all this, that, and the third, and she don't know nothing about the outside world and yada yada. You know what I'm saying? That's probably a story that you can probably cling on to and tell, and have it, and you can have it involve a Spider-Man who actually thinks he's Spider-Man, and then at the end, we reveal that it's Ben Riley this whole time. This whole time it's been Ben Riley. The Spider-Man that we've been following been Ben Riley this whole time. Like, it ain't hard to do. Y'all got the rights to Spider-Man. Don't let Marvel bully y'all. Because I think that's what happened. I think Kevin Feige had to bully Sony. The way that they were spitting out these trash movies, they had to been getting bullied. Because ain't no way in hell that ain't nobody over there got common sense to come up with good storylines for these characters that they put out. Especially if it's in the same department that gave us the first three Maguire Spider-Man, then they gave it the two. Like, those was decent movies. You know what I'm saying? You can argue on who the best Spider-Man, yada yada yada, but at the end of the day, those was decent movies. Those are movies you can revisit. Oh, Jessica Drew, like they did have the hand in there. I like where you going, Q. Stady is Jessica Drew, Spider-Woman. In the trailer, we did get we had that scene of Spider-Man fighting the hand. Jessica Drew has background with them. I think it's the hand, or is it Hydra? I gotta remember. I gotta go back and look now. Jessica Drew, I want to say is a hand product, right? The hand, yeah, it's the hand. I want to say Jessica Drew's the hand, huh? Let me look it up real quick. Yada yada yada. High evolutionary. Oh snap! No, it was Hydra. It was Hydra. No doubt. No doubt. But he might need some leaker. He needs some. He need as much publicity. He need as much things going on as possible. Marvel need. They need everything. They need the kitchen sink to be thrown as much as possible. Yeah, it's Hydra, not the Hand. But Hydra, the Hand, you know, the way that they willy nilly with the storylines, they can make the Hand fit the way that they made, the same way Hydra is. So either way, I like the Jessica Drew. I like Jessica Drew as well. Not mad at that. Not mad at that. Yeah, Hand was electric. Jessica, yeah, Hydra. Yeah. No, that's my bad too, because I knew it was one of them shady organizations. I knew it was one of them. I knew it was one of them. The Hand, Kingpin, and Norma Osborn met like somewhat of a syndicate. Oh, you talking about? Yeah, no, I saw that. You talking about the animated series? But I mean, it wouldn't be like I said with that gang war stuff. It wouldn't be hard to have all of that going on. It would not be hard to have Kingpin, Norman Osborn, damn, I forgot his name just that fast. Tombstone, Madam Mask. Like, it's a lot that they can be doing. It's a lot that they can be doing. I just think that they get lazy with it. I think they get lazy with it. And it might not be no fault of their own. Maybe these people aren't up on the story, and that's what's bad. Because with them not being up on the story, like they say, oh, I'm a big fan of this storyline. But then if you're a fan of the storyline, you know what I'm saying, when you do this storyline, the soul and the essence of that storyline ain't even there. And it's like you just cherry pick the comic book characters from that run, not the comic book covers from that run, and try to sneak that into the movies and say, see, told you that's what it's based off of. And it's like, nah, bro, y'all didn't even really read the book. Did you read these books? Because what y'all doing is not like the books. Ain't got nothing to do with the book. So I don't know, man. I do not know. But I am intrigued by the Spider-Man. The more we sit here talking about it, I'm intrigued by the Spider-Man. Intrigued by the Spider-Man. The more we talk about it. So yeah, man. The release date on the leak says July 31st. 2026, which sounds about right. So if it's real, I don't know. It looks real to me. Looks real to me. So Marvel secure or Sony, hell, both of y'all secure y'all data. If y'all not leaking this on purpose, y'all got horrible data security because they breaching y'all left and right. They breaching y'all left and right, man. Y'all need to do something about that. Do something about that. But yeah, man, that's the news, people. That is the news. That's today's Blues News. I appreciate everybody who rocked with me. What did y'all think? Y'all ready for Netflix to own Superman? Are y'all hyped about Trevor Slattery being Wonder Man, and this is his cinematic universe, the Trevor Slattery cinematic universe? And do y'all believe that well, I was gonna say, do y'all believe that the trailer was real? But according to everything that everybody's saying, the trailer was real because they're doing strikes on it. So with the trailer being real, what are y'all speculations on what's going on with the Spider-Man Brand New Day? Where's Mephisto at? With Spider-Man Brand New Day? Where's Mephisto at? Mephisto is a thorn in Spider-Man's behind, if y'all don't know that. He's a thorn in Spider-Man's behind, and he's a thorn in Miles's behind. Spider-Man Mephisto like both spider people, right? He messed with both of them. So where's Mephisto at? Where's Mephisto at? But yeah, y'all let me know in the chat, in the comments below. Don't forget to smash that like button, please. Before y'all leave, go hit that like button. Give me a thumbs up, man. I'm trying to do my own hostile takeovers, and in order to do that, I need them thumbs up. I need them thumbs up and them shares. And if y'all are watching this on the replay, hit that hype button. You might have to slide it over a little bit, but it's a hype button, like a star and all of that, look like a shooting star. Hit that hype button for me, man. Hit that hype button, please, 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 please. I'm Blue. This is the news, and I'll see y'all tomorrow, man. Y'all ain't got to go home, but y'all got to get the hell up out of here. And like that there, we are Audi 5000. Take it easy, be safe. Yada.
This concludes today's broadcast from Blues News. We hope you enjoyed tonight's programming and the time we've shared together.
Right. Always be about being authentic. Drop like that. Drop to what it was March, so that we added to the slate on the strength of an exception. So I think it's confident. I think that
Blues News is dedicated to bringing you the very best in pop culture, music, and conversation, serving viewers everywhere, every day. On behalf of our staff and crew, we thank you for watching. We'll return tomorrow with more entertainment, insight, and fun for the whole house gang. Good night and good luck.